Your AI agent just spent $3 trying to book a restaurant reservation, and you didn't even ask it to. That's the reality of agentic AI right now, and almost nobody's talking about the hidden cost side of it. So here's what's actually happening. Most people think of AI as just ChatGPT. You type a question, you get an answer, done. But agentic AI is different. It's an AI that doesn't just respond to you once. Instead, it acts like an employee. You give it a goal, and it breaks that goal into steps, figures out what tools it needs, uses them, checks the result, tries again if something went wrong, and keeps going until the job is done. It's autonomous. It thinks through problems over multiple steps. And that sounds incredible, right? Finally, AI that actually does work instead of just talking about work. But here's the catch nobody warns you about. Every single step costs money. Every API call, every tool use, every time it checks if it did something right, that's a charge. So when your agentic AI tries to solve a problem and takes 47 steps to get there instead of one, you're paying for all 47. Let me give you a real example. Say you ask an agentic AI to find me the cheapest flights from New York to Tokyo next month, then cross-reference hotel prices in that city, then check what tourist attractions are near those hotels, and then compile all of that into a spreadsheet. Sounds reasonable, right? One request. But under the hood, that AI agent is going to make dozens of API calls. It might query a flights database, then a hotel database, then a location database, then it'll verify the data, then format it, then check the format, then maybe redo part of it because the first pass was messy. Each one of those micro tasks costs fractions of a cent, sure, but they add up. Fast. Now scale that. If you're a company running agentic AI on thousands of tasks per day, or even hundreds, you're looking at real money bleeding out of your budget. And the problem is it's invisible. You don't see a bill for each step. Your cost per task just silently balloons because the AI is doing way more work behind the scenes than you realize. But there's another layer to this that's even more interesting. Some AI agents are actually inefficient on purpose, kind of. They're not optimized yet. The technology is new, so they'll solve a problem in a way that works, but takes more steps than it could. It's like watching someone take the scenic route to get somewhere when the highway was right there. Except you're paying for every mile. There's also the problem of what I call infinite loops. An AI agent gets stuck trying to solve something, and instead of giving up and asking for help, it just keeps trying different approaches, over and over. I've seen examples where an agent spent hours and hundreds of dollars trying to complete a task that a human would have solved in 2 minutes by just asking a clarifying question. The agent didn't know when to stop or escalate. It just kept grinding. So how do you actually make agentic AI cost-effective? First, you have to be smart about what you task it with. Don't use an agent for simple questions. Use it for complex, multi-step problems that would genuinely take a human a long time. If the task is straightforward, a regular AI call is way cheaper. Second, you need to set hard limits. Tell your agent, you have a budget of 50 cents for this task, and if you're not done by then, stop and ask for help. That's not standard yet, but it's coming. Some companies are already building that in. Third, you monitor what your agent is actually doing. Most people just set it loose and check the result. But if you actually look at the steps it took, you'll see where it's wasting money. Maybe it's querying the same database twice. Maybe it's checking its own work too many times. Once you spot the pattern, you can retrain it or redesign the task. And here's the thing that's kind of wild. The companies building agentic AI know this is a problem, but they're not making a huge deal about it publicly. Why? Because right now, everyone's in the hype phase. Businesses are excited about what agentic AI can do, not worried about the cost. But I think in 6 months to a year, when companies start seeing their monthly bills spike, this is going to become the conversation. People are going to realize they've been running expensive agents for tasks that didn't need to be automated in the first place. So the real lesson here is this. Agentic AI is powerful, but it's not magic, and it's not free. It's a tool that solves real problems, but you have to be intentional about how you use it. Don't let the hype convince you to automate everything. Be specific. Set boundaries. Track costs. Because right now, a lot of companies are accidentally draining their budgets by running agents that are way more expensive than they thought. And that's exactly why I started covering AI this way, because there's this gap between the hype and what's actually happening in the real world. If you want to actually stay ahead of this stuff without getting sold on the marketing, subscribe. I break down one of these every few days, and you'll know what's actually worth paying attention to.